This is the end of Star Wars in theater. The Mandalorian Grogu is struggling at the box office. This weekend is barely made 140 million out of its 160 million budget. In fact, it's officially the lowest grossing Star Wars movie ever. Even worse than Solo. The only silver lining is that it wasn't the most expensive movie to make. But still, if things don't pick up this week, movies from this galaxy far, far away might be gone from the theater for a long time. This movie, The Mandalorian Grogu, has to answer two very important questions for the audience. First, for those who haven't watched the show, can actually enjoy this movie without knowing anything about Disney Plus series or the character. And the second, for the fans who did watch it. Is the jump from the small screen to the theater actually worth it? It's an epic story that wraps up everything we've seen on Disney Plus. Remember, when this story was first announced, the plan was always, to have a few seasons and then a movie. Naturally, you assume that movie will give the series a proper ending. Alright guys, let's start with the bad stuff, which is pretty much a tradition of this channel because that's where the real spice is. The main issue here is that the movie is just a standalone, self-contained adventure. It honestly feels like watching two episodes of the show back to back. Ironically, this is one of the few Star Wars series I haven't fully watched until now. Can you believe that? I mean, I watched The Acolyte. What the hell? So, it basically feels like two episodes. The thing is, if they hadn't made this movie, we probably would have gotten a whole new season instead. You get what you saw in the movie, plus 6 more episodes that hit that standard 8 episode run they usually do. In the end, we could have had way more content with our favorite character instead of just our 2-hour movie. That's the real issue here. So even if it sounds a bit out of the order, let's answer the question for the fans. Was the jump from the small screen to the big screen actually worth it? If you love the character, did you want to see it on a massive theater screen? Well, yeah, obviously. But honestly, this could have easily been a Disney Plus release, especially considering that nowadays all the streaming Star Wars shows look like a movie. It's something incredible. Production value right now is just insane. You look at, a skeleton crew and the heavily disliked The Acolyte. And those shows look like a straight out movie with a top tier CGI. Taking that into account, I don't think the scale of this story justify a theater ticket. Now, I'm not, a screenwriter or director, so I hate to play the what if game. But hear me out. At the beginning, we get usually set up. The Mandalorian is on introductory mission fighting the Empire. We start with this huge stay-heavy goal, when that plot keeps shrinking and narrowing down until just becoming a mini story. It's something that could easily be told in a single episode or a short TV arc. That's the real issue. It should have stopped to that grand high-stake objective, like hunting down a high-ranking Imperial warlord trying to bring him back the Empire. Instead, the story got so small it felt like a side quest. We didn't even get a cool Jedi cameo from Ahsoka, for example, or anyone else. I know the creator had said a million times that this was, meant to be a smaller, self-contained adventure, but at the end of the day, it just doesn't justify the jump to the theater. It should just be in a Disney Plus movie. The negative side of things. Now moving on the positive, because honestly there are a lot to love. Answering that first question, yes, absolutely anyone can watch and enjoy this movie. It's explained everything you need to know. Heads up, because we're officially entering spoiler territory right now. The movie gives you all the content you need straight away. Mando is working for the New Republic, hunting down former Imperial remnants who are trying to bring the Empire back. We see this massive hit list from, Imperial leader and officer, which immediately let you know that this job is far from over in this movie. They're gonna be a long ride. On top of that, the setup is, incredible, straightforward. You beat the boss from the intro, and now you have to go after the new target of the list. What more content do you really need? It's simply a badass warrior completing mission for the New Republic. It's clear, it's simple, and it works perfectly. As I mentioned before, the action is where this movie shines. Even though the pacing slowed down a bit around the halfway mark, the rest of the film is just pure frantic fun. It's so cool to see the Mandalorian fight. Every single action set piece is awesome and just look like an absolutely badass throughout the entire thing. Naturally, the movie dives deeper into Grogu, and just in case anyone still had doubts, the show already made it clear, but this movie solidified that their bond is strictly paternal. They aren't just a sidekick, and Grogu isn't just a Padawan or a apprentice. It goes way beyond friendships. This is a true father and son relationship. Mando views Grogu as his son, and Grogu as Saint. In fact, we get a beautiful scene where Mando gets potion and Grogu steps up to take care of him. I absolutely love the line from that moment. The old take care of the young, and then the young take care of the old. It's a natural order of things. Honestly, it's a super cool moment. And on top of that, we also get the fresh take on the Java. They all being portrayed as sneaky or a bad guy, but here we get a character from their species who actually good and ends up joining forces with the New Republic. So guys, I totally get why critics gave it such high rating, and I see why people who watch it are enjoying it. It's just shame that broader audience isn't connected with it. When I walked into the theater, the room was practically empty. Sure, it wasn't an opening night, but it had only been out for 3 days, and it was Saturday. Come on, man. What the hell? That being said, if we judge strictly as a standalone film, it's a solid 10 out of 10. As a self-contained story, it delivers on every front. The slight pacing drop in the middle is actually well justified by the character development. Plus, something I absolutely love, Pedro Pascal keep his Hamlet on almost the entire time. You hear that, Disney? He only take off a very specific moment, and it completely made sense for the plot. It wasn't just to show his face, something, hey, no. It actually meant something. Now, if I judge that as a continuation of Disney Plus show, the rating changes because the stakes never really scaled down to justify a massive theater screen. And because it feels like 1 hour and 20-minute episode straight out to fit a movie runtime, I had to give it a 8 out of 10. What do you think? Is Star Wars officially dead in theaters? I'll leave that question for you in the comments. And if we get enough hype, we're talking about another video. I'm Wetex, and I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe and make sure to check it out my reviews, The Boys, Invincible, and of course, the other Born Again. See you there. Bye-bye.